Hello. I'm surprised the sedative wore off so fast. Well, I thought I would have had a little bit more time to prepare what I was going to say to you, but I'm just gonna have to speak my mind. Don't worry. There's no need to struggle. You're in cuffs, and your head is positioned perfectly. It was a safety precaution for me. I don't want to take any chances. If you try and get out, you're not going to have much luck, darling. Let's just say this knife. I know how to use it like a pro. It's probably the one thing I'm really good at. Now, I'm not here to hurt you. That was never the goal, and it's not my intention. But you are here for a pain that you committed. In my book, I classify it as a crime. And right now, my book is all that matters. Why are you here? You should already know. Come on, use your mind. Think about it. Truly. We could be here for hours talking. But the thing is that this will be the last time I ever see you. This will be the last words we ever exchange. And I don't even know how to feel about it. Should I care? Sure, my way of therapy and my way of letting go is a lot more peculiar than others, but this is the only way I could think of to tell you that this is my goodbye. My forbidden words to you. For years I've been called many things. I went for different stories, I went for different mindsets. But you're probably the only person I ever truly loved, ever truly cared about, and yet you betrayed me. Yeah. Don't worry, I'd laugh at it too. Or be angry. I love betrayal, seriously. That's it, this is all over. A basic plot line to every story, but yet the one that destroyed me the most. Sometimes we humans are a bit too basic. Is the proper structure to the sentence. Sorry, I'm already getting a little bit of ahead of myself or stumbling in my words because this is genuinely making me feel sick to my stomach having to do this. I personally didn't want to have to do this. I didn't want to have to look you in the eyes and say that I'm the last person you're ever going to talk to. Before you kick the bucket, say goodbye for good. It's really all your choice, how you want to describe it. You know I loved you, right? I really tried my hardest. It's not like I blocked everything out. I've never really truly been able to let go before. See, I recorded this many times before actually saying any of this to you. I wanted to hear if I sound just like an idiot, a whack job, or a creep or something, but the thing is that every single time I recorded it, it made me get crushed more and more. Because it's memory after memory. It's the more anxiety shivers again, and I can't seem to get rid of them. I worked so hard to have everything I needed in life, and I never gave up. And yet you still thought that I did give up, or that I wasn't good enough, or you would judge me to the people you spoke to most. But now you don't speak to any of them, so it doesn't make sense. Friends are friends, but I would have never betrayed you, and I showed my loyalty. I stayed by your side no matter what, and yet you threw me away like I was nothing. I suppose any Yandere, or, well, that's the term people like to call me, but I don't really believe in that term. That terminology has never really been concrete. But, for example, because you know what that is, we'll say that I'm a Yandere for the sake of it. But I've never once seen someone like me. Like, actually met someone like me. Only once, actually. But even then, they weren't a full, in quote, Yandere. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. And I'm really just stumbling at this point. I loved you. I don't think words can ever take that back. I needed you. And I would have given the world to have you. And I don't want your words of, but I do care, or I'm sorry, or anything like that. Or even trying to convince me that you still love me, because I know you don't. I allowed you to be happy. Because the thing is that I'm so selfless. I'm too selfless. I allowed everyone to be happier than me because I can't bear someone being miserable as me. I can't bear seeing someone go through what I went through. And days we exaggerate our stories and we highlight the pain that we went through into a bigger thing than it actually is, but our pain was something that controlled our lives. You made that clear. All the time we spent together, all the memories. I would have stayed by your side for anything, and I proved that loyalty. Yet, you just didn't want it. And the people that you settled for would have betrayed you in an instant. And they showed you that. I don't understand why I wasn't good enough for you. I don't think I ever will. I'm a little bit different from the rest, and you're going to come to see that. Not because of the terms that I get called, not because of the way my brain works, but now, ever since I met you, I get afraid to speak. I get afraid to use my words or my intellectual mind, and I switch off. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm unable to talk. Like I'm not good enough to use my words. And this is me using them. I didn't have much left. I really didn't. I had probably the last crack of my heart. See, growing up as a kid, I tried so hard to be perfect as well. I was so lovely, in a way. I was beautiful. I was kind. I was smart. I was lovable. And even when I wasn't smart, I still managed to help as much as I could. And that type of thing isn't easy to come across, is it? It gets harder and harder as time goes on. And I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I grew up and I lost everyone. I lost everything. And I watched the people I loved walk out on me and betray me, just like you did. What makes your case a little bit different? You're the only person I've ever truly loved. Truly. I waited so long to see that light. And I think that's why people bunk me in as a Yandere. But it's not a lie. I really did. And people with that gift of everything being dull, and then finding the one, it's breathtaking moments. But the thing is, I can't get that back. I can't get that time I spent loving you back. the sulking, going into a depression that I hear so many people talk about how they've been in love, they've been married, they've been happy, and I hate it. I love it because they were happy and then they fell in love, but the thing is that these people always betrayed them. It was cruel. It's just so different when your brain switches off like a light switch and wants you to forget that you even existed. I'm different. They're so lucky, you know. The thing is these people that I talk to, they get to love someone. They got to hold them. I never got to hold you. And I think that kills more. I never got to truly love you. And it's because I was so afraid to speak. For so long, I was afraid to talk to you. Because you're superior than me, and I'm not really allowed to talk. I just observe. I've always been like that, and I grew upon that, and I accept that. I have many rules to who I am. I have many rules to how my mind works. I have many rules about living, dying, and breathing. But living and breathing are two completely different things. Most of the time I don't feel like I'm even alive, and that anything's even real anymore. And the thing is, what I find funny about that is that there is a psychological word for everything you think of, everything your mind is. Your environment dictates everything that you'll become. And that's so sad to me. Because I grew up with a bunch of manipulative people. And a bunch of people that didn't really love me. Instead, they showed their love with gifts or things. And that's nice and all, and that's part of it. And it does show love. It shows care if they really put thought into it. But most of the time it was just to get you to shut the fuck up. Or people think everything is money. And I hate money. I always have. It's disgusting to me. I just wanted to be happy. I wanted to leave and explore the world and figure it out, you know? I tried so hard. I didn't want to fail. I mean, I brought you to this place, and sure, it's a dump and you're gonna die here, but it's not worthless. It's a good place. Guess this used to be my old school. It got closed down recently due to it being really, really fucking old, but yeah, you get the picture. I think this is where most of my tragedy happened, in these very hallways. It's weird, right? How quickly people will come back to vandalize something that caused them great agony of years and years upon great agony, not just a month or two. And this place did. But a place isn't cursed by the building or the grounds. It's cursed by the people that were there, that made it hell. So I only have the staff to blame, the people, the students. They made it hell. They didn't have to, and they didn't need to, but they did. Because they couldn't listen. They couldn't understand moral code. That's just the way things are. I wish you would have told me I wasn't good enough. I know that sounds pathetic or messed up, but I wish to God you would have just told me. You don't understand the brokenness of my heart. I couldn't breathe. If physically couldn't. It's the first time I actually broke. And now I have nothing. I thought that maybe I could move on. Maybe I could fix this, and I can't. I really can't. I can't feel anything anymore. Just the pain that you caused me. Just the betrayals and just the fact that you didn't care enough. Yet you act like you did. Like you did everything when you know you didn't. I'm broken. And the last part of my heart shattered on that ground that night. I tried to heal it with hopes that you would love me. It never worked. I tried so hard to pick up the pieces even though it was slitting my hands open and my wrists open, not my arms. I tried to dive deep into it to fix my problem. And I couldn't fix any of it. So due to that mishap, I tried to leave the world that I hated. And I failed. That'll be a burden on my soul forever. People are very weird about this type of topic. They get all weird about it, or they don't want to talk about it, or they just don't feel any emotion towards it, and that's okay. I get that completely. That is how the world works as we know it. Nothing is concrete evidence that we're going to be okay. But this is the hardest thing I'll ever have to do. If I can't be happy, you won't be happy either. That might sound like an edgy or cringy line, but I'm being serious. I can't allow it anymore. I've allowed too many people I even cared about or grew to love to just find someone else. Or just say that I wasn't good enough and I can't do it. I can't, not anymore. Not with you. I can't, not with you. Not with you. Not with you. I can't. Repetition of words, right? I can't even stomach it in my mind. Even though my stomach isn't in my mind. You get what I'm trying to say. I can't. Not this time. I don't even know how I'm staying in one piece. I remember when I lost someone a long time ago as a kid. I wanted more than anything to be able to tell them how much they had hurt me. But I really wanted to hold them and get a smell, not in a weird way, of their scent. By that I mean there's a specific perfume they used to wear. And I remember the last time I saw them before they walked out. I hugged them and I could smell it. To this day I now still use that same scent. Is it a tragedy of memory? Yeah, it is. It really is a tragedy of memory, but it's the only thing that comforts me. Because sometimes I hope that they'll come back for me. That they'll care enough to come back. Or they'll tell me that I'm sorry I left, or that they cared for me. But I know now that they won't. They'll only see my dead body in a coffin. Probably. That's my assumption of how they'll find me. That's my assumption of the last time we'll ever meet. And that breaks my heart. There's nothing I can do. I must leave this place. I can't stay here anymore. No. There's a lot of things I did care about in this world. I feel like I might have cared for you a bit more deep than any of them. Or anyone. And I probably should not have done that, but that's what I did. I believe in some ways you realize that some of the things you see, you fucked up. So you try to comfort and you try to help, but you know that I know. You know that I'm broken. You know that. You're not dumb, you have intelligence. I do care for you, but this has to be my goodbye. It has to be. I can't continue after this. There's no possible way. I would break so much more if I could let this even continue for a minute. I can't do it. Life is not easy. Life is supposed to be hard. And we're supposed to feel pain. We're supposed to struggle. But the thing is that I'm done. I've been struggling for years with everything. Money, trying to figure out a place to get out of here, everyone leaving me, family coming up to reasons to why that could be. That I'm not good enough, or my personality. Honestly, I find my personality to be perfectly fine, but everyone seems to have a problem with little parts of me. Instead of accepting something that's different, people want to judge it. That's the world we live in, and you know that more than anyone. You're different as well. I was happy that you found a new interest. You found something better than me. But I just can't allow it to be. It has to be over. As much as I loved you. Remember, past tense. I need to let go now. I need to let you leave. And well, you can make the choice if it's in one piece. I'll leave the knife here when I do end up departing. I'll leave the knife, don't worry. I'll give you a choice. I've allowed someone else that I trust truly to come in here and handle this for me. You'll have one of three choices. You cut yourself out of all of that, which will take you a really good while. You stay here and somehow survive quite a few weeks. You manage to reach your phone over there and call for help. Or hiccups, I'm sorry. I'll ask my friend to come in and wrap razor wire around your arms and legs, and you'll have to try and get out of that. And actually, I feel like in a way that probably might be a little bit easier than having to cut through all of that. So it's really your choice. Don't worry, you won't bleed out. They'll be in the top. Nothing near your wrist too far. But it's gonna hurt like a bitch pulling it out. Do you know what? I'll make the decision for you. Yeah, I'll take the liberty of choosing for you. 'Cause you know what? I feel like it'd be more suitable for me to choose what I think should happen to you. Right? You made me go through hell and pain and suffering just because I couldn't talk. Weird thing is that's one of my biggest fears, not being able to talk. And now I live it every single day, over and over again on repeat. So, I hope you're not sensitive, because I'm going to go with the razor wire option. Because I know it will rip you apart like you ripped me apart. But I will leave your phone there, so when you get out, you can call for help. If you get out, that is. I have no reason to kill you. I just wanted you to know the pain that you put me through. In a way, these are my last words before I leave you. It's weird, isn't it? It's funny. You'll never see me again. Actually, no one will. After this, I'll be gone. For good. This is my last message to you. Well, not message because, well, I'm telling you this in person, but you get the picture. Can I ask you one thing, though? This might seem like a weird question, but how have you been? Huh. Yeah, I get that. Obviously, you're not too good being in a situation like this, but if you want to live, then you'll live. If you've never cared about living, you'll perish. And that'll be your own fault. When I die, I want to be cremated. I want all my ashes to be put in miniature urns and given out to everyone that I met online, all over the world, so they can spread my ashes to all the places I wanted to be. Can you promise me you'll do that, like you said before? Or are you going to break more promises? As I said, I'm not really here to hurt you, but for my protection, I do need to keep a weapon on hand. You need to learn how to love correctly. This way that you know how to love isn't right. Please, from me, for the last time that I ask you, figure out what it means to be in love. Rather than trying to convince yourself that something is correct, actually be in love. Be consumed by it. Real love. Not this. This way everyone thinks love is. That two people need to constantly give the same amount, or someone more than others, or I don't know. I think love shouldn't be about giving anything that you don't want to, of course, but nothing materialistic or money. Love should be about being able to hold someone and say, sure, we might not be everything in common together. I mean, I need space sometimes, but you're my everything. I really tried to hold on, you know? I didn't give up. I worked hard, really hard, for what I wanted. For the work that I was doing, I gave up everything. The people that I loved, the people that I cared for, relationships, my life, just to help people. I don't think that was ever good enough for you either. But you know what? I'm proud of it. I grew to be proud of it. I've helped a lot of people, and that makes me really happy. I hope you know that. It's almost time. You're gonna be okay, okay? I won't let you die here. Well, I don't think you'll die here. I'm sure that you're intelligent enough to get out. I'm sorry I couldn't get out, though. I feel like in a way there is a part of you that probably still really does care about me. So to that part of you, I'm sorry I couldn't breathe. I'm sorry I couldn't escape it. There's nothing I can say to you that you don't already know. But I want you to live for me. So can you do that? Can you actually live your life for me? Without trying to drown your sorrows in things that destroy you or convince me that you are doing that, but I know you aren't. Cut everything that you don't need out. Focus on you and just your whoever you choose to be your significant other, or whatever you choose to do in life. If you do get out of here, that is. You would have lived through a traumatic experience, well, another, and now you'll get to be free. I don't want you to leave here and talk about the experience. I don't want you to leave and brag about it either. I want you to leave and be able to be free. Know that you've went through hell and back. But if you really want to live, if you really want to succeed, then you're going to have to go through this pain. And maybe it will help you understand emotions. Of how I felt. I think I felt something a little bit more worse than this, but I'm trying to breathe. For the last time, I'm trying to feel that inch of freedom that I always craved. I thank you for showing me, even if it was a small amount of time. I thank you for allowing me to see what real love was, even though I didn't see it in your image, I saw it in my own. I'm grateful for everything you taught me, everything that I learned from you. You mean a lot to me, even now. It's almost time. We have 3 minutes left before I have to leave. I'm surprised you're crying. I didn't expect that. No, I don't even know, but it looks like tears. Emotions are vital to live in this world. I lack in that area. Too much to live through. But, yeah. That's the way the world works. I know you'll move on. I know you'll find someone. If you don't, then I'll see you on the other side. I know that I'm gonna move on to a different place, a better place, hopefully. And I'm gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be sad anymore. I'm gonna be able to finally breathe. And it won't kill me this time. It's weird, right? Being able to love. I never thought my words meant anything for a very long time. But I've come to a conclusion that I think I was wrong. For a long time, I tried so hard to reach out to people and tell them that I was in pain, or my words are either called an attention seeker, you know, the usual. I just wanted people to know that I was in pain. I was hurting, and I thank you for listening to that pain. Even though in some ways I felt like you overclouded my pain with your own, or compared it all the time. That did hurt, but it's okay. We were both venting to each other in a way. Few more seconds left. I really did care about you. Truly. And I wish you could have stayed a little while longer. Or we could have stayed a little while longer. Just in a place where I felt comfortable. So we could just talk. But now it's officially over. This is it done. Come on. I hope I see you on the other side one day. But I hope it's when you're ready, when you're happy, and when you're free. I hope it's when you're finally satisfied. Goodbye. I'll never forget you.